You are here with me for Monday Musing number 45, making this my 315th video in a row this year in my effort to upload a video every single day for 2019. I am chuckling to myself because I just realized as I sat down here that when I was filming yesterday, I filmed an unboxing yesterday, and I told myself, remember to do the thumbnail after you open it, because I always do my thumbnails first, and I couldn't do it first because I hadn't opened it. I wanted to remind myself to do it. I forgot. So I just did the thumbnails now for the unboxing. I'll be in a different outfit. That's okay. Unless I end up using a thumbnail that doesn't have the item in it. We'll see. You'll know soon enough. This is November 11th, making it Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to you. I broke out my red, white, and blue, or at least red and blue, to celebrate Veterans Day. Today's a day you thank a veteran if you happen to see one or happen to know one. If you have a veteran in your family, or if you know a veteran, you can call and thank them. My father was in the military when I was growing up, and I grew up on military bases, so there were people in uniform around me all the time. That doesn't happen where I live now. I'm sure there are a lot of veterans, it's just that I don't necessarily know it because they're not walking around in uniform. But if I do happen to see somebody in uniform on Veterans Day, I always try to pick up their tab if they're buying coffee or bagels or whatever it is. It's just a nice gesture to do. By the way, if you can hear the heat running, I hope it isn't distracting. Oftentimes I turn off the heater air when I'm filming, but I'm going to be filming for quite a while today, and we have had a cold snap. I don't want to live without the heater, so we'll see how it goes. You may remember the last couple of Monday Musings, I have been filming them on Sunday. Today is Saturday, so I'm a little bit ahead, which is good. I wouldn't say ahead. Really, I should be shooting them on a Saturday to give myself a little bit of room, but I have a very busy weekend this weekend. So I do think I will, well, I don't even know when I'm going to edit this and get this up, but it will happen. There are a couple of things going on. One thing is Donnie is in town. I did ask you on my community page what you wanted to hear from Donnie, and I haven't really used the community page before. I just started doing it, so this was my second post. And so far, we have 4 of you who have responded, so I'll let you know what you've said. Ann Mark said, is Donnie interested in acquiring any pieces? If so, how can we get in touch with him? So I will ask him that. Bobster92 asks, what is Donnie's favorite piece from the Jill Maurer collection? That will be interesting. I don't even know the answer to that. Leslie Craven has a pretty long comment. I won't read the whole thing, but she's basically asking about tips and tricks for collecting silver. She prefers silver jewelry, so she'd like to know more about collecting that, what makes a piece special, that type of thing. And Jin Cat said, I'd love to see more examples of estate jewelry, and asks if Donnie has an Instagram. Donnie does have an Instagram account. I will put it below this video. I don't know it off the top of my head, or I would say it. Something like the D.R. Grissom collection or something like that. I'm not sure, but I will put that below. He's not always very good about his Instagram. Neither am I. I am not very good. I'm okay about my Instagram, but not great. He and I both need to get better about that, but I will put that below. Whenever Donnie is in town, of course, I love to spend time with him, so that makes for a busy weekend or a busy few days, and we have been out and about exploring. He has been helping me look for a shop. That has been fun. In that process, we have been meeting new people and making new friends, which has been nice. It has been a real joy looking for a new place, and we're going to see what we find. Also, an old au pair is in town. It's not Chalky. You may remember Chalky from the How We Met video, when Donnie and I did the video on how we met. It's not Chalky, it's a different au pair, also male. We had au pairs that were male and female. They weren't all male, but this was another male au pair from Brazil. He happens to be in town. I'm excited to see him. What's interesting is my boys are now about the age he was when he was their au pair. I was trying to work out the exact timing, and I'll know more when I see the au pair, because he'll remember better than I do, and probably Mitch will remember better than I do. But I think Mitch was 10 or 11 when this au pair was here, and Mitch is now 21. My other son is almost 23. I would think that the au pair was around 21 to 23 when he was in our house before, so that's exciting. It's always interesting to see the au pairs become, go from young adult to flourishing adult. And to watch them watch the children go from children to adult. So I'm excited about that. This week I was tagged by Chic Professor in her tag video, and it is the one bag that represents me tag. I have to give this some thought. This is an interesting tag. I've never thought about a bag in this way, and I love my bags, and I do have quite a number of them. And as I think about them, I think, well, this represents this side of me, this represents this side of me, but I am going to try to come up with the bag that represents me the most. We'll see. Hopefully that'll be up next week, but I don't know, because right now, sitting here today, I don't know which bag I would choose. I hope I don't butcher your name, Yevgenia Merkina, or something thereabout. I apologize if I didn't pronounce that correctly. Asked me to do a video on how to get the odor out of a bag. In my video where I talked about the bags I sold and why, I talked about a bag that I sold because it didn't work for me, but I had been able to get an odor out of that bag, and the odor that I had was a strong perfume odor. The odors that you often get in bags are either strong perfume to the point where it seems like somebody spilled perfume in the bag, smoke, so if somebody smoked, that's another odor you can get, and another is mold. If I ever had a bag with a mold smell, I would steer clear of that. I don't know if you can get rid of that, but it's an indication of a bigger problem. Smoke and perfume are just annoying. They're not an indication that the bag is moldy. She's asked me to do a video on how to do that. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. I went through 2 or 3 different things to get rid of the odor in my bag, but it did take a while. Every time I would do something, it would get better, but to really get rid of the odor entirely, it took several months really of airing out before I would smell that bag and think, okay, I don't smell anything here at all. And Yevgenia has ordered this bag from Fashionphile. What she says it has is perfume and smoke smell, but she has the opportunity to return the bag. The bag I had received from The Real Real, I didn't think that I could return. The Real Real later told me that with a problem like that, they would have taken the bag back, but I didn't think I could return it, so I just kept trying to address the problem, which I eventually did. If I'd had the opportunity to return it, I would have just returned it. My advice to her was to see if Fashionphile could help her out with this, either by giving her a little bit longer time, a little longer window to return the bag so that she could work on the smell, or sending it back to them so that they could work on the smell, or giving her some sort of discount for the smell if it was unexpected, because it is something that will need to be addressed. But I will try to do a video on that. My knowledge is, you know, it's one bag. I did it with one bag. It's not that I have extensive knowledge on it, but I had read a lot of things and tried some different things. If you have done something that is successful, please do let me know, and I will include it in the video. Last week, in a little fantasy video, I spent $6 million on 5 bags. This was a tag started by Oksana LV, and it was the 5 bags from 5 brands tag. The idea was that you choose 5 handbags, but they had to be from 5 different brands. You could spend any amount you want, and even if the bag normally isn't available, it would be available to you. It was kind of a fantasy tag. So you could imagine that you would walk in and your bag would be available. Of course, as a jewelry designer who loves luxury handbags, I combined the two and came up with 5 Gemmy bags that sent me back a fantasy $6 million. It was blingy fun to do that tag. I also did the change one thing tag. This was a tag created by A Heated Mess, and the idea was you pick 5 bags, or she picked 5 bags. She didn't say it had to be 5 bags. She did 5, so I did 5. You show your bag and say, you know, if I could change one thing, this is what it would be. And that was an interesting tag to do. That was not so difficult for me because I'm always redesigning bags and really everything in my life in my head. I love to do that. So that was fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing more people do that tag and see what they would change about their bag. I showed how to style printed bags, so what to wear when you're carrying a printed bag. This had been requested by Autumn Beckman. She'd requested it a while ago. She had started this tag called 5 Ugly Bags I Love, or 5 Ugly Luxury Bags I Love, something like that. I will, of course, link her video below. And I had done the tag as well. In it, she loved some printed bags. Of course, she's a dog person. One of the bags that she really liked had 2 big dogs on it. Most of the bags that she chose were printed. And she had said that one of the things holding her back was she wasn't really sure how to dress while carrying the bag, and asked me to do a video on it. It took me a good long while, but I finally did it. I did it last week, and it was a pleasure to do. We also talked about halo rings, cluster rings, and rock hounds. Next week, I'm not sure sure exactly what is going to go up. I do have an unboxing for you. I have filmed that. I haven't edited it yet, but that I do think will go up. In fact, I think it will be up tomorrow. I think that one will be up Tuesday. I also hope to have a Donnie video for you next week. We haven't filmed yet. I'm not 100% sure that we will. We plan to, but when Donnie is in town, he's usually getting things done. You know, he's a lot to get done. And sometimes it can be hard to actually sit down and do a video, but we are going to give it a shot. If I can get that done and edited and up for this week, I will. Otherwise, if you don't see it this week, it should be up next week. I will definitely talk about it in my Monday Musing if we didn't get the video up. Hopefully, I will be doing the Bag That Represents Me tag. If you have any ideas from that, knowing my collection, let me know in the comments below. There are several candidates, but I do have to give it more thought. And of course, we will have more jewelry minutes. That was Monday Musing 45. We only have 7 more to go. It is getting toward the end. I have been thinking about 2020 a lot. I do think there will be a lot of exciting things happening in 2020, and there will be a lot of opportunity to do videos. I've been thinking more and more about it. I will share that with you as we reach the end of the year. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you here again. Until then.